Hey everybody, Shalom, I'm Clara and this is Heavenly Declarations. I apologise for not doing a reading yesterday evening, but I was just so tired that I needed to take a break so I could recoup my energy to come back on YouTube. So thank you for sticking around, thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting. I love the comments, I always get back to you as quickly as I can. So I pre-saged and I'm Palo Santoing the cards now, and I've shuffled them all. And the downloaded song I'm getting today is, I don't really know the song very well, so I had to look at it, but I just can't get the chorus out of my head. And it's by Shawn Mendes. And it's If I Can't Have You, and I can't write one song that's not about you. Can't drink without thinking about you. Is it too late to tell you that everything means nothing if I can't have you? So I just can't get that out of my head. So what I'm getting from this is, and it goes on to talk about this person's constantly looking at your messages, but they're keeping their distance. So I'm getting probably broke up from someone. I'm hearing recently, so it may have been a recent breakup. It may not have been, but that's what I'm hearing. And this person wants you back, okay? And, you know, they might be drinking, and when they drink, you know, for distraction, it's not actually distracting them, it's making them think of you more. Okay, this person could be a poet or a songwriter, because, you know, he explains that he can't stop writing music about you. So you may be with an artist, somebody I'm hearing up and coming, or you may even be with a celebrity, who knows. But this person, if they don't write music to publish publicly, they might just write music for a hobby or be a poet, just be a creative person. Anyway, they write songs about you. They can't stop thinking about you. They look at your text messages, but they are keeping their distance, and I'm getting they don't want to. So that's a downloaded message. It may not be anything to do, excuse me, my vape, I don't smoke anymore. So it may not be anything to do with this message, but it might be. So we'll see. So we'll go into Yin Yang Oracle to get an overall energy. We'll get a few of what the T is, love situation, true emotional deck. We'll pack it out with tarot, get some oracle cards on top of that. And then to close the read, we will get a Moonology oracle deck and then a grace, grief or healing card, okay? And an astrology card just to see what energy might be around you or who you might be dealing with energetically or what you need to deal with energetically. So we'll commence the read. As I say, thank you for all the likes, the shares and the comments and the subscribe. I'm, you know, really overwhelmed with how our channel is doing so well. So, as I say, we'll say a prayer and we'll go into the Yin Yang Oracle. So, Heavenly Father, Archangels and Spirit Guides, enter this reading with your white, loving, protective light. Allow me to receive only the clearest and accurate messages for the highest good of whom I read. May I call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael to call upon witness and protect and heal any energies that need protecting and healing. Amen. So I saw isolating and thoughts. So somebody's isolating themselves, thinking about you. So this person may be drinking, you know, spending time alone drinking. They're definitely suffering at the minute and they're stuck in the past, thinking about you. This person can't stop thinking about you, okay, because they want you back, okay. So Yahweh, David, what is the overall energy for the read? What do we need to know? What's the overarching energy for the reading this evening? What's the overarching energy that we need to be aware of for this evening? There we go. Assistance. spirit guides. So yeah, this person's stuck in their head. Okay, they're isolating themselves. We did see this card whilst I was shuffling the deck, and I really get that their spirit guides, their angels, their ancestors, their spirit guides are really like isolating this person so they can work with them, and kind of not letting them forget about what they've done and who you are, okay? And possibly that, you know, I'm hearing like they need to come towards you, all right? Yeah, this person's thinking about what they've done, okay? Because they're isolating themselves because they may have been quite toxic towards you at one point, okay? They may have had toxic behaviors and patterns that they need to work on with, you know, spiritual assistance, okay? I'm hearing that they may need to go into prayer. And that's another reason why they might be isolating. But this person does want to talk to you, okay? With the Mercury energy, okay? This person does want to travel towards you, okay? And they want to send you a message because they are thinking about you. And they're thinking about the, you know, the bonds that are keeping them, you know, in toxic energy, okay? Yeah. This person is trying to balance their life out right now. Okay, it's karma, balance, and justice. And I'm getting their spirit guides are placing karma on this person. And they are doing that so they can balance their life out. So they're thinking a lot, okay? And they realize that, you know, they're looking at their toxic binds, okay? And they do want to talk to you, all right? Because they do want to bring fairness, okay? Because they need to balance something out with you, okay? And they are facing some kind of karma. So their spirit guides, possibly your spirit guides as well, have connected with this person for whatever they did. So I'm not sure what that is right now, but it clearly wasn't great because they have toxic binds that they need to release, okay? And they are trying to break free from them. You can see it's a big chain here. They, you know, they know they need to release some negative energy, okay? So we'll see, we'll go into what the tea is straight away. Okay, so there could be an impersonator on your case, okay? Wants to be like you, dresses like you, looks like you, copies you. So this person may be trying to break away from somebody that they got with that is, I'm hearing like copycat energy, but we shall see. Yeah, look at that. There's somebody trying to be like you because you're very creative, okay? This person tries to look like you, behave like you, talk like you, dress like you, okay? And they're trying to steal your ideas, copies your work, duplicates you, and feeds off your energy, okay? I'm hearing energy vampire. And your person is isolating now because they realize that this personator is a toxic bond, okay? And your person wants to talk to you because they're dealing with karma now, okay? And you are their wish fulfillment, all right? So I think your person is becoming clear that they possibly went with somebody that is trying to impersonate you. But it's early on in the read, but we shall see. So Yahweh David, what do we need to know here? What do we need to know? You're very unfazed by whatever is going on, okay? And I think this is why this person's keeping a distance, but they can't stop thinking about you, okay? They do want you back. But what do we need to know? What's the tea here? Why is spiritual assistance here? So, you know, you may have been guided to, you know, just be very unfazed by what's going on. Yeah, you're ignoring this person, okay? You're ignoring whomever is deep in their thoughts about you because you realise that there is toxicities that need to be dealt with here, okay? So you're just happily ignoring this person and you are ignoring them because you're focused on yourself primarily, okay? You're focused on your goals, you're focused on money, you're focused on raising your financial status, I'm hearing. You could have a florist stall, you could have a florist shop. If not, you could even have some kind of market stall. If not, you may have a small business that you're trying to grow, okay? Yeah, this person wants you back, and that's what the song says. It's if I can't have you. Yeah, so this person most certainly wants you back, okay? Because they see that you're just ignoring them and their spirit guides are kind of on their case about you, I'm getting, okay? I'm hearing you're being looked after by your spirit guides. Yeah, look at that. No facts. So never has the facts, makes up shit and lies. So whomever that impersonator was, the copycat energy, okay? I'm getting they make stuff up about you because they're competing, okay? And they're trying to get some kind of like evidence on you, all right? And they're just talking crap about you, basically. So you've got somebody kind of like a grudge holder energy, okay, that is competing with you, I'm getting, all right? But you're love on the brain. And it's because your person, whomever is isolating and deep in their thoughts, is dreaming about you, fantasizing, daydreaming, and nostalgic, okay? They're in their head. They can't stop thinking about you, okay? When they drink, they think about you. When they write music, they think about you. When they're getting a shower, they think about you. This person is constantly thinking about you, okay? While you are busy enjoying your own life and focused on yourself, okay? So, yeah, this person's hooked on your energy, and whomever is making up shit about you knows it, okay? And it threatens this spiritual hater. So whoever the impersonator is, a copycat energy, hates your shine, hates your light, hates your intuition, okay? And they feel threatened by you, okay? It says intimidating, threatened, and bothered. You bother someone because your person is still hooked on your energy, I'm getting, all right? And yeah, I mean, somebody is trying to drum up nonsense about you, okay? So if you post something, okay, whomever this feminine is who talks shit about you, okay, is copying you, okay, and trying to drum up nonsense, makes up lies, and is trying to get some photo evidence on you, this spiritual hater, because you moved on, okay, and you're happy doing your own thing. And it intimidates whomever your person went towards, okay? It really does intimidate them because they know your person is deeply hooked on you and is always thinking of you, okay? And I'm really getting your person went to something very toxic, okay? And they're facing karma for it, all right? And they do ultimately want to talk to you because you are their wish fulfillment, okay? And yeah, they're facing some kind of karma here with Saturn, okay? It says until debt tears apart. So they may have some kind of karmic debt that they need to pay with whomever this impersonator person is that we saw, all right? Let's get the love situation. Yeah, you're just happy. You're happy, focused on your money, your goals. You're ignoring whomever is lying about you, okay? And you're being protected by your spiritual guides, for sure. You're happy. I mean, you know your worth, okay? You're happy. You're focused on your family, your friends, spending time with happy people. And you're living in the moment, and you healed, you have a value, you have high value, okay? You were backstabbed, and I'm getting you as backstabbed by your person who is thinking about you and wants you back, but you're backstabbed with somebody that lies about you. So I'm getting, you know, whoever they went with is in competition with you, okay? And you're just ignoring it all. What else do we need to know, Yahweh and David? What else do we need to know here? Somebody is watching you, okay? And I think your person watches you from a distance because it did say that, you know, they keep their distance from you, okay? But I also think, because we saw photo evidence, whomever this person is who lies about you is also watching you, and you're ignoring it all. So you might be aware of that, okay? Yeah, you're just making healthy choices in your life right now. Yes, you are. And, you know, you're focused on your money, you're focused on your goals, okay? Mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, gaslight and personify. So I think your person wasn't very authentic with you. Okay, they possibly lied about having toxic bonds, all right? You know, maybe drinking a lot, possibly indulging in drugs, you know, being lustful, all right? And you realize that they were pretending, okay? And I'm also getting they were pretending how much they actually cared about you, because they're now fantasizing and daydreaming and very nostalgic, okay? They have love on their brain. Yeah, you ended the situation because you realized that somebody was talking about you and possibly in competition with you, and you're happy. You're happy living in the moment. You're spending time with family and friends. Okay, and your person is definitely reminiscing about you, all right? And I think they're learning from past events, okay? And you're busy expanding. You're expanding your goals, your money, your career, okay? And you are on to a next phase. You may like hot air balloons. You may have been on a hot air balloon, I'm not sure, but I'm getting that. Or you may want to go on a hot air balloon day. But you're definitely on to a new phase, okay? And I'm also getting your person is trying to move away from their toxic binds, okay? I think that, you know, they've been dealt with some karma and they know they need to balance their life out here, okay? With toxicity, thoughts and karma, with balance and justice. This person is really trying to break away, and they're trying to think how they can break away from these toxic binds and whomever is talking nonsense about you here, okay? Because this person is really in their thoughts about you. They are love on the brain. They can't get you out of their head, and it's because you're ignoring them. Okay, they do want to talk to you. They could be a Virgo with Mercury energy. You are their wish fulfillment, okay? And I feel I'm getting they feel indebted to you somehow with the Saturn energy, with careers, goals and commitments. So you may have worked with this person, you may have met them at work, or you may have had some kind of commitment with them. Let's get the true emotion deck out. Wish, yeah, you're this person's wish come true. They're wishing they could get you back, and I think it's because their spirit guides are really like on this person's case, okay? They had secrets, definitely did. They were hiding something here, okay? And that's why, you know, you ended the relationship with them, okay? They may have walked away from you to go with somebody like a copycat energy. We did see the impersonator card. This person is really wishing that it's not too late, okay? Because I think you've moved on. You really have. You're on to the next phase of your life right now, okay? But this person really does see you as a wish fulfillment. They may, you know, you may have given them the bad news that it's kind of too late to come back round, okay? That's why I'm maybe hearing the song If I Can't Have You by Shawn Mendes. You know, they think about you, they write songs about you, poems about you. When they drink, they think about you. They just are very nostalgic, okay? So let's see what the true emotional deck would like to tell us. There you are. You're the Empress. You're the Queen Bee. You're secure. You're confident. You're the boss bitch. You're career focused, like I said, okay? You're focused on your money, your goals, your commitments, okay? You might be, you know, getting promoted. You may have a small business, okay? And somebody is fake busying. So I'm getting your person is kind of like pretending to be busy and keeping their distance, like the song said, okay? And they feel like a jackass. They feel like a clown for whatever they did here, which I think went to somebody that talks shit about you. Yeah, love, hate. Okay, so I think you ended this relationship because you felt it was like on, off, okay, and love and hate. And, you know, it was love and then turned to hate. You freed yourself. You moved on. You let go, okay? You're busy loving you, okay? You're this Queen Bee Empress energy, okay? And you're happy just being alone, moving on and spending time with yourself, I'm getting. Yeah, this person's very ashamed. They're ashamed, okay? They feel guilty and embarrassed about the situation, okay? And their feelings are now really overwhelming them, okay? They're blooming. They can't stop thinking about you, okay? You may have spiritual gifts. Yeah, you're living in the moment, and this person is really messed up over you, okay? This person may be going through some kind of ego death, all right? They may be facing legal matters next to the police station, so, you know, they may have gotten in trouble and they could be ashamed about something they've done. They might be, you know, energetically spying on you, getting readings, and they're going through some kind of heartbreak, but they're definitely ashamed and feeling guilty. You rejected them, so something has happened for this person, okay? So they could have gotten into trouble legally, and I'm also getting they're ashamed that they gaslit you, they told lies, they pretended, okay? And they're ashamed that, you know, the love turned to hate, all right? And I think they feel guilty that, you know, it came to an end with you, okay? Because it says the relationship is over, no second chances, okay? You rejected them. And I think you rejected them because you realised that they were with an impersonator. This person does see that you're happily single. They do want to message you, okay? And they may have left you hanging because they may have got into a different commitment with, as I said, like a copycat energy, okay? Because we see marriage here, but they're hooked on your energy. And they're most certainly ashamed at the minute, all right? Yeah, and here you are, the Queen Bee, the Empress, okay? So I think your spirit guides are really helping you right now. They helped you heal, okay? While this person is going through some kind of karma and judgment, okay? And we see that here, karma and judgment, okay? Things had to be balanced out because they did something that they're ashamed of. I'm hearing cheating, okay? It might not have been, but, you know, it could be, yeah. They betrayed you. They betrayed the Empress. They stabbed you in the back, okay? So why is the spirit guides assisting you or this person right now? I think, you know, it's duo energy. You know, you've got assistance, and, you know, your spirit guides, their spirit guides are kind of like constantly in their head, okay, making them, you know, daydream about you, fantasize about you, nostalgic about you. Yeah. They put you through a lot of struggle, okay? They stressed you out, okay? They caused you a lot of hard work. But I'm getting their assistant, spirit guides, okay, are burdening them, like placing karma and justice on the cards for them, okay? Like really making this person think about what they did. Whatever they did was toxic, okay? And they're having to really look at their life, okay? And they're feeling burdened by it, okay? And they're nostalgic. Your spirit guides and their spirit guides are really on this person's back. Yes, they are. Burdening this person, making them review what they did, okay, and making them nostalgic about you, have memories with the Six of Cups, okay? So they're definitely in their head about you. They're in their head about the relationship coming to an end, okay? And it's burdening this person. What's this ignoring energy? I mean, you're happy taking naps. I'm hearing afternoon naps. You know, you may have a cat. Where's that card gone? Oh, that's strange. Where's it gone? Yeah, you're ignoring this person. You are busy moving forwards. You're expanding, okay? You're looking ahead. You're looking at your options. There's 3 boats in the water, okay? So you're just, you know, ignoring people talking about you, okay? You're ignoring this person. You may know that they're kind of like watching you, okay? And you're just focused on yourself. Yeah, you're focused on yourself. You could be a Queen of Cups. You're focused on yourself because this person betrayed you in some manner. Yes, they did, okay? They were very tricky, okay? They ran away. They were dishonest. And I think they ran away to somebody that lies about you. I mean, it says lies and makes shit up. So I think they're ashamed of that, okay? Because you're very caring and nurturing. But you turned your back, you're ignoring this person, you're looking ahead, you're expanding your business, your money, your goals. What's this hustling all about? I think you're a really hard worker, okay? You may love flowers, okay? You may visit a flower stall, but you're most certainly focused on your money, okay? And you're focused on your goals. You're happily single. You're living in the moment, but people are watching you. I think your person is watching you and whomever is making shit up, okay? I think you're focused on your choices and your options in life, okay, with the 7 of Cups here. I think the world is opening up to you a little bit more, okay? You're seeing things more clearly now, okay? And you're focused on your choices and your options. It says choices and options. Now, this person could be watching you have a lot of different choices and options now, okay? Because it does speak of daydreaming, wishful thinking, okay? So I'm getting this person is looking at you, open your world up, okay? And, you know, being this boss energy, okay? You know, you're an Empress, all right? Yeah, there you are. This person is looking at you level up with this 9 of Pentacles. You're winning, okay? You're focused on your family, on your goals, on your money, your career, your commitment, your children, okay? While this person feels very abandoned and left out. So I'm getting duo energy here. You know, while you're looking at your options and choices, okay, this person is, you know, wishful thinking and fantasizing and like creating illusions in their head of, you know, different choices and options on what you're doing, okay, because they are watching you make money, getting it right, being this 9 of Pentacles energy. You know, you're solo, you're single, you're sufficient, you're reaping the fruits of your labor, okay? And it's making this person daydream about you even more, okay? I mean, the song talks about they can't stop thinking about you. This is an energy of, you know, fantasizing, thinking, creating daydreams, okay? And they're watching you move forward while you're ignoring them. You turned your back on this person and you decided to become this very successful queen bee energy, okay? I mean, you're winning. You are, okay? And this person feels ashamed of themselves because you leveled up, okay? Who's lying about you? Somebody is, yeah, I mean, you're focused on your money, your goals, your work. Whomever is lying about you could be a Capricorn, okay, but they're very envious of you, okay? And there's a couple here. So I'm getting whomever you was with went towards somebody, they're covered. So they've got bikinis and underwear on, so they're not naked anymore, so we can show it. They went towards somebody very toxic, okay? Somebody that might be dependent on them, okay? And I really do feel like you put your guard up and ignoring these people because you see them as just lying, being in this low vibe energy, okay, of envy, obsession, okay, because they are watching you. These people are watching you. This person, okay, is experiencing karma because they're in toxic energy still, okay? They're still having toxic patterns and bonds with people. I mean, they're bound to somebody toxic, all right? There's a couple here. So I think you're turning your back on these people because you realize that they're just lustful, they're obsessional, they're materialistic, okay? They have maybe excess addictions, all right? And this person is ashamed that they chain themselves to somebody that lies, okay? And you put your defenses up with these people. You're guarding yourselves. You're keeping boundaries. You're keeping your distance. Okay, yeah. You moved forward away from the trouble, and you focused on your work, and you focused on your money, and you healed. Okay, you dealt with your shadow side. Okay, we did see self-care and self-indulgence. You healed. All right, and this person is chained to, unfortunately, somebody that is still, somebody envious of you, somebody toxic, somebody that watches you, okay? So I'm getting they both watch you, all right? Tell us about this daydreaming. This person can't stop thinking about you. They do fantasize you, and that's why this devil energy has come out as well, okay? Because they are nostalgic. Yeah, the judgment card wanted to come out. So this person is having some kind of judgment call here, okay? And I think the spirit guides and their spirit guides are burdening them with this 10 of Wands. But why are they dreaming about you, fantasizing? I think this person's obsessed with you, okay? They don't want anything if they can't have you, okay? So even when they are in this, like with whomever they're with, they think about you. When they drink, they think about you. If they take any kind of substance, they think about you. They always go back to you, okay? They're very nostalgic. You know, they think about this Queen of Wands, okay? You're very confident. You're the Queen Bee. You don't have to be a Leo, Aries or Sag, but you're good looking, you're charming, you're a go-getter, you're about your options and choices and making money, okay? All right, you're moving forward, you're ignoring these people, okay? And this person is daydreaming about you, who is charming, good looking, confident, creative, okay? And we did see somebody who's copying you because you're creative. They went to somebody lower vibing who's still in toxic energy, and they're ashamed of that. They are. You're focused on yourself, okay? They're daydreaming about the union they had with you, okay? And they want to come towards you. They want to have success with you now. They want good fortune with you because they see that you have opened up your world, okay? You are looking at your choices and options, okay? You've got lots of options coming towards you. Okay, you have expansion coming ahead to you, and that's why you're ignoring these people. You don't care if they talk about you. You may have done, okay? You know, it may have hurt you at first, all right? But you're expanding, okay? And this is why this person daydreams of you. You could have a black cat. You might like yellow. Yellow might be one of your favorite colors. You could be a Leo, Aries, or Sag. You might like sunflowers, but you're about being confident, passionate, setting goals, okay? You're a very creative person, okay? You are this boss bitch. You are making money. You're expanding. And they're thinking about your relationship, okay? They're thinking about the partnership they had with you, the connection, okay? And that's why they're in this energy of daydreaming. They are daydreaming about you. It says twice, daydreaming, fantasizing, dreaming. This person wants you back, and they're burdened with it all, okay, because your spirit guides and their spirit guides won't let up on this person. They are being reminded of you constantly. Why are they watching you? They're stalking you. They're watching you. They're looking you up. Okay, why are they doing this? Because you're their wish fulfillment. And we see that in this deck as well. They're isolating themselves. They're facing karma for the toxic situation they put you in. They want to talk to you because you are their wish fulfillment. They are facing some kind of karma because of the commitment that you were in, okay? Wish fulfillment, again, the 9 of Cups is all about a wish fulfillment, okay? And that's why they're watching you, because they see you're leveling up. You're abundant, you have good health, you're enjoying your life, okay? You are secure, confident, you're a boss bitch, you're career focused, okay? While they're stuck with somebody that never has the true facts, makes up shit and lies and is toxic, and they're ashamed of that. They're ashamed that it came to an end with you because you are happy solo. You have moved on, you've ascended, you've grown, okay? You are focused on your goals. You're very goal orientated. You're very diligent. You're very hardworking, okay? And you focused on your goals after a betrayal. We saw the Ten of Swords and now we're seeing the Three of Swords. This person may have put you in a third party situation. You may have divorced this person. They led you to be quite depressed. They broke your heart, okay? And, you know, you decided to manifest all your dreams and your goals and your wishes fulfillment, okay? You're satisfied. This person's watching you, okay? Because one, you're their wish come true now. They realize that. But they're watching you because you're content. You're making money. You're hustling. You are expanding. You're having rapid growth, okay? You're looking ahead, and that's why you're ignoring it. You're ignoring whomever they're with, who may be a Capricorn, okay? But they're in this toxic, they may have gone with this person because of sexual lust and materialism, all right? But they feel chained to this person now. Why are they hiding their true feelings? I think because they're ashamed, okay? They're definitely ashamed of whatever they did. And that was burden you, okay? Tell lies to you. Why did they lie? Why did they hide their true feelings? Why did they do that? I'm getting with this Five of Pentacles energy, they may have felt like they weren't quite enough for you, okay? They may have been lacking money, all right, okay, because it says poverty and need. So they may have lied about money to you because they see that you're this very career-focused person, all right? And they may have abandoned you, all right, and left you feeling like worried, okay, and left out in the cold at one point, okay? And they may have abandoned you for this toxic devil energy here, all right? And I think they're very ashamed of that now, okay? So they may have, I mean, it says theft, okay? So they could have stolen something from you, all right? They may have, you know, gone to a different commitment here. So they may have invested and put hard work in elsewhere with the Hierophant and this Ace of Wands energy. And they are ashamed, yeah. They broke your heart. So I think they moved towards an impersonator. Somebody that kind of maybe gaslighted them, okay? And we saw the impersonator in this deck. This person is hooked on your energy, yeah. So you've got a spiritual hater who talks lies about you because you moved on. But where was it? It's gone missing. But basically, we saw the impersonator in this deck. So, you know, you had a copycat energy that, you know, was basically trying to copy you and copy what you did and your creative energy. So I get the, or was it in this deck? I could have been in this deck actually. No, I think it was in this deck. Yeah, they may have married somebody and they may have left you hanging, okay? I can't find it now, but we did see spiritual hater. And impersonator. So I think they went towards somebody that was in competition with you, all right, and that's why they lie. So they left you out, they abandoned you, okay, and they're ashamed of that, okay. So this love turned to hate. So you focused on your money and your goals, your wishes fulfillment, okay. But I do think this person went towards another commitment, okay, and I do think they're ashamed of that. You know, they possibly rejected you at some point, all right? And now they want you back. And why is the relationship over? Why did this relationship come to an end? You know, this person may have talked about you as well when they were in this devil energy, the materialistic energy, okay? And that might be another reason why you don't want to kind of resume. The relationship's over because they were being a charmer. Okay, they took their cup of love elsewhere, I'm getting, okay. Yeah, and now they have regret in doing so, okay. I'm getting like, you know, with the Three of Cups here, you know, they really regret other options and they, you know, put your love in the past and they're grieving that now, okay. And this person does want to message you. They do, they most certainly do want to message you. And I do think they're worried that you're not going to give them a second chance. They really feel guilty and ashamed, okay, for offering their heart, okay, to somebody that just lies and talks shit, okay, somebody very toxic. They went with somebody toxic, okay, and you're happy, you're having fun, you're content, you're in this Nine of Cups energy, you're this Queen Bee energy, okay. So they may have felt like they were going towards a Queen Bee energy, but it was all lies. It was no facts. It wasn't the truth. And they got chained to somebody that is obsessive, addicted. Yeah, they want to apologize to you because they see that you're happy. They see you're living in the moment, okay? They see you're happily single. We just see the Nine of Pentacles card. They want to create a new love situation with you. They want to possibly invite you out somewhere, okay? Because they're looking at things very differently now. They're very wise to the situation now, okay? Because, you know, they do want to message you. They're trying to break away from things that are toxic. They're facing some kind of balance, karma, and justice here. And they're deep in their thoughts, okay? They're thinking and looking at things differently. All right, they really, really are. So what's this new phase? So this person wants to show their softer nature, okay? Yeah, you blocked this person. You made a difficult choice in your life. You felt this person stalemated you, okay? They left you waiting, okay? They put you under a lot of strain with the Ten of Wands. And I said 10 of burdens. So they may have burdened you for like 10 months, 10 years. They may have like, you know, placed 10 different sets of problems on you, okay? But they most certainly burdened you and they left you with a very difficult choice, okay? And I think, you know, they were stuck between two separate ideas here with the Two of Swords, okay? They were blinded by some kind of decision, okay? So you made a choice for them, okay? You felt it was stalemated, so you moved on, you ascended, okay? And I think this person could have been your counterpart, because we're seeing the King of Wands, okay? Yeah. This person was really focused on being a charmer, okay? They were the King of Wands and this Knight of Cups energy, okay? So they were following their heart, they were being this Prince Charming, okay? They were all about the passion, very good looking, very charming, okay? And landed up with somebody that talks nonsense about you, the Queen of Wands, okay? This very focused, career-driven, secure, confident, feminine energy that you are, okay? And you thought, you know, that this person stalemated you. You were stuck, left waiting, okay? So you move forwards, okay? This person was indecisive. They had possibly a choice between you and whomever they like went towards, this toxic energy who has no facts about you, tells lies about you, okay? They had choices to make. They most certainly did. Tell us about this Queen Bee, which is you. We saw the Empress earlier. I think you're balancing your life out, okay? You are prioritizing your goals. You realize this person put you under a lot of strain, okay, with the Two of Swords, okay, and the Ten of Wands, okay? They kept you stuck, Okay, they could have been juggling you. They may have made you have to, balance your money out, okay, because you are very focused on your goals, okay, with focused on money and getting it. So this person may have, financially depleted you at one point with a Five of Pentacles, okay, left you out in the cold. I think this person may have had two choices between you and somebody that is very materialistic, all right? Because we have choices here, okay? We have choices here, okay? And we have choices here. We have lots of cards of choices and options again. So we got 4 cards of options, all right? So I think you had to balance things out for yourself. You made a decision to focus on your own goals and your own money, okay? And you had to weigh up your options and your priorities. I do think it took you a while to steady up, okay, with this Knight of Pentacles energy. I do think you may have been financially depleted at one point. This person may have left you out in the cold. They may have taken something from you, okay? You may have had some kind of career with this person, all right? You leveled up, you became crystal clear, you had a breakthrough, okay? You had a new beginning, you use your mind, okay? You were very clear, all right, that you had to move forward. You moved forward, you relied on yourself, okay? You made the choice to move forward and boss up and be career focused and rely upon yourself. You could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, feminine energy. You may not be, but you're very diligent, you're very dependable. You put a lot of progress and hard work into your career, your goals. You put a lot of hard work into turning your back on these toxic people and focusing on yourself, okay? Tell us about this love-hate, but this person doesn't want to come towards you. But you ended it because you saw them as a charm. Yeah, this person wants to message you now, okay? They're going to be daring. They're going to take daring action, okay? Because they know it is a love relationship that turned into hate, okay? But you don't mind talking to them, but you want truth. You're not going to fall, I'm getting, for their charm, because it says no second chances, okay? You're not going to be charmed by this person, okay? If they do message you, you want fact, okay? You just want the truth, all right? And they are looking in on how they can come towards you. They may rush towards you quite quickly. They may try to be assertive, okay? They may express to you that they're having a lifestyle change because they are facing karma, okay? And they are trying to break some kind of toxic bond here, okay? They do want to talk to you, okay? They may be now quite guarded with whomever they're with, who is in this devil energy with them. And they are guilty about it. Why are they so guilty and ashamed? And I think it's because you realise that they left you out and they were being this kind of charmer energy, okay? Why are they so ashamed? Why is this person ashamed of themselves? Why are they ashamed? Why are they ashamed? They're ashamed because ultimately you loved them and you supported them. And, they could have had it all with you. They could have had the 10 of Cups with you, okay? You may have had a family with them, okay? And I really do think they left you feeling quite isolated, all right? You had to really go within, okay? You had to search for your own truth, okay? You had to proceed with caution, okay? You could have had a commitment with this person, all right? But I'm also getting that they might be ashamed that they went into a commitment and a family setting with somebody that lies and talks shit. Yeah, this Emperor, this masculine energy is very ashamed and is trying to isolate themselves now. This person is isolating themselves, okay? Because they've caught karma for possibly making a home and a family and a commitment elsewhere, okay? Yeah, and they're experiencing a lot of hard work in this, all right? And they now want to come towards you. Okay, they went in a different direction, and they are ashamed of that because they went into a commitment with someone else, okay? And they realize now, they feel very guilty for doing so, okay? Because they realize they could be happy with you. But I'm getting you're rejecting this person. You rejected them because, you know, they moved forward to something else. And they're ashamed because whomever they moved forward to is toxic. Yeah, they rejected your offer, okay? They rejected your partnership, okay? You may have rejected them, okay? But this Emperor, most certainly, I'm getting moved towards someone else. Someone that may have been the impersonator, a copycat, somebody that replicated you, okay? But it's somebody that is a liar. Somebody that is toxic, that always lies and cheats, okay? Makes nonsense up. And this person is having to put a lot of hard work and effort in, okay? They would like to take a new direction and they would like to come and start something new with you, all right? Okay? And you want to hear truth. You want the truth, okay? Yes, you do. You're focused on truth. You're focused on goals, okay? But this person is watching you because you are the wish fulfillment, for sure. And they rejected, you know, a equal partnership, a shared connection, somebody that they are very attracted to. They rejected your relationship, okay? They rejected true happiness, and they're ashamed of that because they're ashamed that they're with somebody that is toxic, codependent, excessive, obsessional, somebody that is watching you also. Let's see. Yeah, this mature man may be wanting to travel towards you. They may live at a distance, okay? And Shawn Mendes does talk about this person keeping their distance, okay? And I think, you know, this person put you through a lot of hard work, okay? But I think you're focused on your goals because at one point, you know, you may have been in this Five of Pentacles energy of lacking money, okay? You have to work really, really hard. And I think this person wants to come in and apologize about that because they see that you're happy being single, okay? Yeah, this main male wants to come in and apologize about all the hard work and burdens they put you through. I'm really getting that, okay? They feel very ashamed because they know you could have made them happy, okay? You did love them and you did support them. You did fulfill them, okay? And they're ashamed of that. Yeah, you're focused on your goals, as I said, okay? You're really focused just on your money, okay? Message of concern. I'm getting it doesn't really concern you because it came in reverse if this person comes towards you or not, okay? It's not going to shock you, I'm getting. So I think you kind of know that they, you know, have made a bad move here, okay? I think you know that they're ashamed of themselves, all right? Yeah, because you know ultimately they do see you in high honor, okay? So it's not going to shock you when you get this message. I think you already realise that they may be travelling towards you, okay, because it's over and they rejected you. I think you realise that they are ashamed. So I don't think it's going to surprise you. Yeah, this mature man. So this person could be older than you, okay? And I really do think they're like daydreaming about you now. And I really do think you have put your guard up. Yeah, they're ashamed because they went towards somebody very fake, somebody toxic, okay? Somebody possibly with red hair, okay? They may have went towards this person for passion, all right? And you know, you're focused on your goals, okay, because it says unexpected income. So you're going to get some money come in, okay. I really do think where we saw toil and labour, you know, you were lacking money at one point. But because you're so career driven, okay, you're levelling up, I'm getting. You're expanding, okay. You really had to, like, you know, really focus on your goals, your money and your finances. And it did take you a while to get there, but you're most certainly coming into some kind of money here, which is wonderful, okay? This person they're coming towards you. So in the near future, okay, you're going to get this person travel towards you, all right? This person may be a little bit stressed out or suffering from some kind of ill health, okay? And they are suffering some kind of ill health because whomever they went towards is toxic. Lovers in reverse. They're ashamed that they left you for somebody that may need them for money, okay? That is fake and talks lies and nonsense. They went to somebody very toxic, unfortunately. Yes, they did. What was the challenge here? But they didn't honour your relationship, okay? And I think they want to come towards you now so they can apologise to you with the Knight of Cups and Page of Cups energy, okay? And they want to honour you now, okay? Because they are ashamed that, you know, they left you for somebody very false, okay? 8 is about karma as well, okay? So this person is most certainly going through some karma with somebody very toxic, okay? And they feel like you had, you know, a past life connection, all right? And this is why I think their spirit guides are kind of really placing burdens on them, okay? Because it was a spiritual past life connection, okay? Let's get a angel oracle deck first. True love. This person sees you as true love now, okay? It says this is the romance of a lifetime. So I really do feel like they do see you. They're ashamed now because they see you as this 10 of cups, this 2 of cups, 10 of cups energy. And they do want to honour you now, okay? Because they realise that they tied themselves up with something very toxic. Yeah, and now they're starting to pay attention to the red flags because whomever they're with talks shit about you, okay? And, you know, you separated because you had to see, you know, you saw this person was, you know, lying and cheating, okay? They may have had addictions, they may have drunk too much, they may have been very materialistic. And now they want to separate from whomever they're with because they realise this person is toxic, okay? Yeah, they're trying to release their ex, okay? Because they want to give the relationship with you another chance. They're trying to release whom they're with, for sure. Let's see what the conclusion card is. What conclusion needs to be drawn here? What conclusion cards need to be drawn? What conclusion card needs to be drawn? A personal issue reaches resolution. So this person does want to come and apologise. They want to come and tell you some home truths. They want to travel towards you. Okay, they see you as, you know, a true love. They're trying to release somebody toxic here, okay, because they are very ashamed of themselves, okay, because they're with somebody very fake, okay, and yeah, they need to make adjustments, okay, and the adjustments are they need to release toxicity, okay, before they can come towards you, all right, and they realize it is time to take action. So, you know, they most certainly could be in Aries, so definitely a very masculine energy that you're dealing with, all right. Let's see what your spirit guides would like to say, because spirit guides are here. Let's see what your spirit guides and ancestors and angels want to tell you. Know your truth. Now, we did see the Queen of Swords. You know, you want truth, okay? And you know who you are, okay? You know that you're this confident queen bee energy. So you just want truth, all right? Possess self-confidence. Yeah, this person sees that you're very confident, okay? You're this Queen of Wands, boss bitch, okay? And you have to really endure a lot and work hard, okay, to get to your goals and your reach, you know, your fulfillment here, okay? So you're very confident, all right? And you chose love over fear. You chose to love yourself, okay? Rather than stay with any kind of toxic energy, all right? And this is what this person is needing to do. They need to stand in their truth, they need to possess self-confidence, and they need to choose love over fear, because the devil, okay, keeps us in fearful energy, okay? And you know, you were just patient with this person, okay, and that was a virtue to you, all right? It's a good quality to have. You were very patient, you were very steady, okay, and it helped you to move forward, I'm getting, all right? And this person sees that about you. Let's get a couple of confessions. What does this person like to confess? What does this person like to confess? Yeah, they want to confess that they weren't telling you the whole truth, that they were wearing a mask, okay, and they weren't being who they was portraying to be. They were being deceptive, okay. They want to confess that they're having conflict with this false person that they're with, and that's another reason why they want to come and apologize to you, okay. And they also want to confess that they are breaking away from this person. I did say that. They're trying to move away from a very fake, toxic lover that they're with, okay? Because, you know, they don't desire this person anymore. They're realizing there is somebody that is trying to mimic you, is obsessed, is excessive, is envious and materialistic, okay? And they could be going through legal matters with this person. Yeah, they are trying to leave whomever they're with behind, like I keep saying, okay? They are now isolating themselves because they are facing karma for going with somebody toxic. And they do want to talk to you about that. It is what it is. I mean, you know, the cards don't lie. Let's see what Heavenly Bodies astrology deck may want to let you know. What message do we need from the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck? But they don't want, and in the song it says they don't want anything if they can't have you. This person, you know, really does want to come back around. Yeah, I mean, this person is facing some kind of karma, okay? It says spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service and healing. So this person with the 12th house is needing to heal, okay? Because they are facing some karma. And I do think that they want to come and be of some kind of service to you now, okay? Because their spiritual guides are, you know, dealing with this person. They're trying to make this person heal. They're trying to make this person go through their karmic cycle, okay? So they can transcend and move forward, all right? Yeah, so they can have spiritual growth, okay? So they're facing some kind of karma right now so they can go through spiritual growth and fire. So you could be this Queen of Wands energy, okay? Aries, Leo or Sag, but you're confident, you're optimistic, you're passionate and you're very brave and you have, you know, you have a heart of gold, okay? So, you know, this person has a lot of passion for you, okay? They see that you're confident. They see you're this very fiery, confident boss energy, okay? They know you have a good heart, okay? I mean, this heart's got angel wings, okay? You have a very pure heart, okay? So you could be a fire sign, but you embody this very confident, optimistic, passionate person. They know you're very brave, okay? And that's another reason why they're so ashamed, because, you know, they chose somebody toxic over somebody very focused and passionate. We'll get a grace, healing or grief card very quickly because it's over an hour again and my reads always seem to be mega long. And then we shall close. Oh, too many. We'll take the top one. And this is Reinvent and Reimagine, which is number 39. So you could be 39 years old, okay? It says, offer yourself the grace of reinventing or reimagining an aspect of yourself or your life. Grief and healing are tributaries of transformation. And grace is sending messages about how you might redefine your priorities, goals, desires, and needs. A grace you possess wants to be expressed in the world. Honor who you are today, more fully embody yourself. And that's what you did with this fire energy. You leveled up, and this person is so ashamed because they see this boss energy. You leveled up, you dealt with the pain, okay? You transformed, you grew, and you redefined what your goals were, okay? You moved on and you expanded, okay? You focused on yourself, okay? And that was amazing. So I hope that helped. If it did, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Shalom. God bless. Bye.